Illinois Schoolyard Habitat Action Grant. Schoolyard Habitat Action Grant projects in the next generation science standards. Kindergarten. Developing and using a wildlife habitat area can assist your students in meeting performance expectations of some of the next generation science standards. In this program, we will provide suggestions for making these connections. Please do not be limited by these suggestions. Your curriculum and your ingenuity are important factors in determining how you utilize the habitat area in your teaching. The interdisciplinary nature of the habitat area can allow you to incorporate other Common Core standards as well. K-LS1-1. Use observations to describe patterns of what plants and animals need to survive. Science and engineering practices, analyzing and interpreting data. Disciplinary core ideas, organization for matter and energy flow in organisms, cross-cutting concepts, patterns. Observations of the habitat area can start before you prepare and plan it and continue for many years afterward. Have the students record, photograph, sketch, and/or describe what the area looks like before you implement the project. Ask them to continue to collect this data at each phase of the project's implementation. If there is time remaining in the school year after you plant the garden, continue to collect this information weekly or every 2 weeks. Your students in the coming years can collect this data too. Do so throughout the year. Records of the observations can be used for comparative data and trends analysis. Have them note any human actions that are taken in the habitat area. Could this habitat area succeed without humans? Students can relate the patterns of plant survival to the patterns of weather changes throughout the year too. They can measure and compare the physical factors, amount of sunlight, rainfall, temperature, wind, etc., in different locations in the habitat and look for correlations to plant growth in those areas by measuring and keeping records of plant growth per area. Do plants in one part of the habitat grow better than the same plants in other parts of the habitat? Let the students propose an answer and test it if possible. Students can observe and document animals that are attracted to the habitat and their behaviors. Insects in particular make good subjects to study. They may be able to find insects in all of their life stages. Students can observe, collect data, and discuss what these animals require from their habitat at each stage of their life. They can propose explanations for the behaviors supported by their observations. They can determine if the behaviors of the animal changes at different times of the day and/or at different times of the year. They may notice that the same animals are not present all year. What could they conclude about the needs of the animals that do not live in the habitat area all year? Let your students explore, observe, record, and analyze the habitat area in all seasons of the year. Have them discuss the changes that they find.